So you have to find out the product of two number. Okay, so this one, like function, we have to define a function here. This total part is called as the function declaration. Then it is your main code, or the building block of your code. And now it is called as your function calling. So in this part we are calling a function or function implementation. First we define the function here. Here we define a function. Here the function is implemented, and in this part the function is called. Okay, so now we check.
I don't understand. Can you repeat?
Uh-huh. The first, when you work with a function, first you need to declare the function. Okay, so here we declare a function. So I am simplifying it in another page, so you have to understand it betterly. Function is called to break the program into a smaller part. So first of all, you have to uh, means declare the function. Okay, so for declaring the function, this part is used. The work that is given to you, that is called as multiply the two number and shows the result. You have to multiply the number. First, it is the way of declaring function. My tax is given you that I have to find out the product of two numbers. So function name is product of number. Then we're defining a parameter. Parameter is used to take the input from user. The numeric n number one and n number two, the two parameter has given here. Then it is understood, this one. This was the declaration of function.
Sorry, you're lagging a lot. Can you please explain the last part again that you just said?
Huh.
I couldn't hear you. You were lagging.
Okay. Function is used for breaking the program into a smaller part. Got it?
Okay.
And for defining function, if you want to work with a function, you need to declare a function first. Okay. For work with function, I'm writing here working with function. First, you need to declare the function. Okay, that is called as the declaration. This part. Okay, function is a keyword for defining a function. Product of numbers is called as the function name. Then it is called as the two number, numeric number one and numeric number two. Got it? Then you have to implement a function. So after declaring, then you have to implement a function. For implementing function, this part is used. First we declare, then we implement. Function name is product of number, numeric num1, numeric num2, two variable we define. Then when you call the function is called where, as it is a part of a main program, so it is called in a main program. It is just divide. We divide the program into a smaller part, and after your work is finished, you have to call in a main module. So your function is called in the main module. The function product of number, numeric num1 and numeric num2, begin and end, that we define here. So here function name, numeric number 1, numeric number 2. So here we define numeric number 3. Number 3 equals to number 1 into number 2. So after multiplying the number, then it is returning me the result. So result is number 3. Okay, it is called as the implementation. This part is called as the function implementation. Got it?
Yes, got it.
So
So
it is,
how do you use a function?
means where you need to do work with function. That is your question.
I mean, like, how do you use it? Like, can we write one thing with function?
It is basically, it is used to breaking your program. Like if you see, when we are using Zoom, okay, so if you extend it, there is a different options are present, like to mute your mic, to stop your video, and your like some annotation, then stop sharing. So these are the different options are present. So every option is used for unique purpose. Okay, when you stop your video, the video is stopped. When you click on the mute, your mic is mute over there, nobody can hear you. So that is, every option every option is used for unique purposes. So that is the work of your what, function. So function is, means total all the function, like mute your mic, video, then sharing screen, annotation, all are present in a Zoom application. But for implementing this video sharing, to implementing the mute mic, to sharing something, so it has the different option. So that option is used for unique purposes. So that option is called as a function. When you are working in a program, you have to divide your program into a submodule. So that what happened, every option has to be used for unique purposes. Like you're in your home, there is having some kind of electronic appliances, like some kind of switch, electronic switch is there. When you put on switch, your fan or AC is moving, and when you put the switch, your TV is working. Okay, so every switches work is different. So every switch is work for a different purposes. In your remote that we're using in your television, or the command that you have to use, so every command and every option in your remote is also working for a different purposes. But that options are present in a single device. So your device is your main program, and that option which is performing different acts is called as the function. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So here in a, yes.
Can we run one simple code with the function?
Which one?
Simple code.
Uh,
Can we write one with function? Like, can we write one thing with function? Like a code with function? Sorry, I can't hear you anymore. Your, I can't hear you. I'm unable to hear you. Hello? Hello? I'm unable to hear you.
Question in chat box. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I am audible.
Okay,
Hello.
yes, you're audible.
So write your question in chat box. That I'm telling.
Um, I'm checking on.
Type it. What do you want to ask? Can you we write one pseudocode? So in pseudocode you write a function. Okay. So in one pseudocode you can write many functions. It is not like that. In one pseudocode you have to write one function. So in a pseudocode you write a function, or in a pseudocode you can write the many functions. Got it?
Yeah, okay.
So this part is called as your function declaration. Okay, so function declaration. Then here in the second phase where written implementation. Next is implemented. So this part is called as the parameter. Parameter is what? Now which is taking the argument from user. Okay, so this is parameter. So it is called as the parameter is used to pass and receive message from function. So it is used to pass and receive the message from function. You have to pass the message and receive the message. Clear?
Okay.
This part is called as the parameter. Then after this, we write the main program. It is called as your main program. In main program, we are defining three variable: numeric, number one, number two, and result. That is asking you enter the first number, then accept number, enter the second number, then accept a number. So we are accepting the three numbers. So numeric number one, number two, result, display enter first number, accept number one, display enter second number, then accept number two. Then here we define a variable that is called the result. In a result, we're calling a function. So product of number is called as a function. Okay, so this function is defined where? In this part. But this function is asking you to giving you value, to pass a value, as because it is having a parameter. So in the function, it contains a parameter. So now when you call the function, then you pass the value number 1 and number 2. This number 1 and number 2 has stored here. Okay, suppose you are passing enter first number, then here you pass 10, enter second number, you are passing 20, then result equals to call product of number. We're calling a function, then here we pass 10 and 20. So when you pass 10 and 20, this 10 and 20 is going and stored here. In number 1 and number 2, your 10 and 20 has stored. So after 10 and 20 has stored here, then it is multiply here. Number 1 is 10 into number 2 is 20. So 10 into 20 is 200. 200 has stored in the number 3. Then it is return the result. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, so this is the...
What does it mean to return, and what does it mean to return the number 2?
Okay.
Return. Can you go up a little bit? Return the number, return and number 3. What does that mean? Like, what does it do?
Okay. So when you define a procedure and function is just like same. In a procedure, you have to only call the procedure, but it is not return you some result. Returning means what? When you perform any action, so you are expecting some value will return. Suppose you are preparing for mango juice, you are giving a input as mango, and you are expecting is what? The mango juice will return. So returning function is also like that. When you pass some value to a function, when you give some value to a function, you have to expect that some value will be returned to you. Okay, so that is called as what? Returning a function. Okay. So when, yes.
So what will it do? So begin with numeric n number 3. So it begins with the number 3. And it says n number 3 equals to n num 1 times n num 2. So that means n num 3 equals to n num 1 times n num 2. So then what happens? So then how does that make sense with return n num 3? What would that look like? Can you please show me?
Okay. Actually, the function work is what? For returning the value. Okay. Here it is asking you that you have to pass the two value. You have to give some value to a function, and you have to expect it will giving you some result. So I'm here the program that we are created here. This program is telling you that you have to take two numeric value, and it will produce the one result, or it is producing the product of two number. Okay. So for that reason, as function work is what? Function is take some value from user. So after processing it, then it is returning you some value. So here I am giving you tags that you have to multiply the two number, that is number 1 and number 2, and it will return the result in the form of number 3.
Okay.
So here, so that here what happened? Here it is a main program. In main program, we take the two input. One is number 1, another is number 2. So we're taking a two input, and it is asking you the user enter first number, then you accept it, enter second number, you accept it. So two number were accepted. Then for getting a result, end result. So you have to getting a result. Okay. So when a function is returning a value, you require a container. Suppose you are preparing a mango juice, and for getting a mango juice, you require a container. Like you require some kind of juice glass, like some glass, and like some cup that you have to use for drink a juice. Okay, ask what you want to. Sri, ask question.
Oh no, sorry, nothing.
Okay.
What's not?
So similar way, when you process your mango juice for to get that mango juice, you require a container. Like you require a cup, you require a glass. The similar way, when you are calling a function for storing the value, when you call the function, it is return the value, and when it return the value, you have to store the value somewhere. So for storing that value, we require a function. So that function, that return value is called as the result. So in the result, we are calling a function, and the value that we have taken in the first number and the second number, it's stored here. Suppose if we are taking here 10, and in number 2 we are passing 20. So 10 and 20 is goes where? It is going to the function, this part. As because we're calling function, the value is stored in norm1, 10 is stored, in norm2, 20 has stored. So in numeric number 3, we multiply the two numbers, 10 into 20. So when you multiply the number, it return your result, that is 200. So it return the result is 200. So when it is returned, then you require, after the juice is processed, the machine or the grinding machine is giving you the juice, then you have to keep that juice in some container. So when it is written the value, that value is stored in this result. Okay, so when the value is stored in this result, then when you display, it gives you the output of the result, 10 into 20. So it is display here 200 here.
Yes, clear.
Okay, so that is the work of your function.
Mhm.
Then what is that parameter? I have already told, and here in the slide also it has mentioned. The parameter of a procedure or a function are variable that can be accessed only from within the procedure or the function. So you have to call within the procedure and function. The following point depicts the scope of parameter. The parameter exists only inside a function or the procedure for which they are defined. So parameter is defined inside the function and procedure. They retain their value until the function and procedure is executed. Okay, the parameter and procedure is retain the value until the procedure is executed. Parameter are initialized every time the function or procedure is called. So here it is called as what? Uh, if you see, here we're using call function, call procedure of number. Procedure of number is what? Function. So in the last point, it's saying that when you call the main program, how many time you are calling a function? How many time you are calling a function? That time the variable value is initialized. Okay, so you call the function 2 times, you call the function 3 times, whatever the time you have to call, but that time your variable value is initialized. Like number 1 and number 2 is initialized over there. Okay.
Okay.
The parameter exists only inside the function or procedure for which they have defined. They retain their value until the function or procedure is executed. Parameter are initialized every time the function or procedure is called. The parameter is every time it is initialized when the function or procedure has called. Okay. The working of a procedure is termed as a dash mechanism. Which mechanism your procedure is working?
Uh, the working of the procedure scheme as 1 second. So I saw wait.
Which one?
Passing values to characters, I think. Sorry, what? Passing values to producers.
Which option? 1, 2, 3. Which option?
1.
Call return. Means you are calling a procedure or function, it is return the value.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that is called as the call return mechanism.
Uh-huh.
Clear?
Yes, clear.
The block in which variable is declared is known as dash of variable.
The block into variable clear is known as
So
one second.
we are defining a yes. Which one?
I thought it was called parameter, right?
2.
Oh wait, data. I thought it was called like parameter or data type to define which you're using, like if you're using numeric or something else. I thought it was called data type, right? Or like parameter, right? Parameter.
You are defining the variable inside the begin and end block and outside of the begin and end block. So based upon this, the variable is defined or is declared is known as dash of a variable.
I'm not quite sure what you mean, but wait, let me read the question. The block is a variable. The block in which a variable is declared is known as the scope of the variable, the region of the variable. So I think it's 1 or 4, but mostly 1.
It is one. It is one. It is a scope of variable. Okay. The variable is having 2 scope. One is global scope. Another is local scope.
Okay.
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 Then right is
okay. Yes, I understand.
Okay. So write a pseudocode that accept the 2 number from the user, then add and subtract this number with the help of 2 procedure, add and subtract. So define add and subtract procedure to accomplish this required functionality.
Okay, so do you want me to share my screen and open Word?
Yes. Just a minute. I stop my sharing.
Actually, I have one more question before we do that.
Yes, ask me.
So what's the difference between pseudocode and normal code?
Pseudocode and?
Normal code.
Normal code.
Yeah, what's the difference? Let me type it in chat, okay?
You chat it. Pseudocode means is your false code. Like this code is not used to develop any kind of application. Uh, you can say like we're using WhatsApp application, we're using Facebook app in our mobile phone. So
Uh-huh.
for developing that Facebook and WhatsApp, what are the code were written or what are the instructions were written? That is called as the normal code. Means it is a real life implementation. Pseudocode that we are using here, it is not implemented in the code. We are not using that code for writing any kind of application. It is just
Mm-hmm.
like what pre-format of your application. Before you are designing or writing the application, you write this code and give it to the developer, so developer can understand how to write the code. It's just like you're doing a rough, okay, and you
Uh-huh.
have to implement the fair. So that rough designing is called as the pseudocode. Okay, before developing application, the rough code you write, that is called the pseudocode. Okay,
Okay.
so now you share your screen. We have to go for add and uh, subtraction.
Actually, there are only 2 more minutes left,
Okay.
but I'll share my screen. One second. Let me open Word. I'm opening. One second. It's loading very slowly. I'm just gonna share my screen. Share. Can you see the word?
Yes, yes.
Good. So
Uh,
first,
first,
so first,
you have to define a function, two function. Function is add function and subtract function.
so how do we define that?
Function keyword is used.
Oh, I know. Oh, wait, I know. Wait. Wait. I think it's here. What's it? Function name.
Yes, yes. Function name.
Hmm.
No comma is required. No,
Yeah, no comma. And this one.
no. Function name you have to directly pass. That is add. Don't write this one. Direct write function. Function name
Oh,
is add. Add.
so like this. One second.
Remove it. Remove this function name. Only write function add.
Function R.
So see the chat box. See the chat box. I will send. I have sent here.
One second. Like this. Like this.
Function space.
Actually, I need to go right now. I have another class.
You have to.
I have to go right now. I have another class.
Another class.
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Because, sorry, because we are 30 minutes late today, I'm sorry. Maybe we can take this 30 minutes on another day. I'll ask my mom. But bye.
Okay. No issue. So we'll meet on the Wednesday. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.